Welcome to Coffee with Kalari. I am Kalari, and I'm coming from the Chicago Lighthouse Media Studios. So this week is a very controversial topic. I've had many fights with my friends, colleagues, friends, and foes. The importance of Braille. Now, before you jump on me, let me talk. In my life, Braille is not as important. And let me give you some background information. As you know, if you've been following the blogs, I lost my vision at the age of 6. When I first lost my vision, I still had a little vision left, so I was into large print. By the time I turned 8, however, it got to the point where my vision had deteriorated. I couldn't read large print anymore, so I transitioned to Braille. So from Braille, I learned everything: contraction 1, contraction 2, all the Braille functions, the keys, everything. And I read Braille books. All my math books was in Braille. All my assignments was in Braille. But then, as I got into high school, I discovered the computer and a wonderful thing called JAWS, which I'm pretty sure all of you guys are familiar with. And if you're not, JAWS is a talking software that helps people with visual impairments read the computer screen. It reads everything that comes across your screen. So as I got into high school, I transitioned more into JAWS, so I wasn't reading Braille as much. And then I also got into talking books. I'm pretty sure all of us have subscribed to talking books or some type of audio book, and that's what I got into. And then as I progressed in college, a lot of my work ended up being not in Braille. It was done on a computer. Even the documents that my accessibility office in my college, they scanned everything, so I was able to read it through JAWS. So in my life, I feel like Braille is not as important. I'm not a super fast Braille reader, but obviously the only thing I really use Braille for now is if you're in a building, you're reading numbers. If you have things labeled in your kitchen, like I do, such as your seasoning, canned goods. And also, if I'm trying to learn a different language, that's why I feel Braille is the most important for me, because I actually need to physically see how a word look in Spanish, or see how a word look in Polish, or any other language I'm into or trying to learn. And the same with math. I have to see the numbers. I have to see the contraction. I got to see the math to understand it. So in my life, Braille is not that obsolete. I mean, Braille is very obsolete. And I'm not saying Braille is no use for it. I'm not saying that at all. But I just feel like it's getting to the point where it's not as useful as it was in the past. So that's my opinion on it. And this is a very hot topic button in the blind community, okay? I've had passionate arguments with my friends about the use of Braille, the importance of Braille, if Braille's obsolete. So I would love to hear how you feel about Braille. I can take it. I know it can get kind of, people get very mean-spirited when it comes to Braille, or not using Braille or using it. But yeah, I want to hear your opinion. Do you feel Braille is relevant still? How much do you use Braille in your life, in your everyday life? How relevant it is to you? Or has things such as JAWS, which is that screen reader, or NVDA, which is another screen reader, or VoiceOver on our iPhones, has that kind of replaced the need to actually see something when you can just hear it? So hopefully I hope you enjoyed this week's topic. I want to hear your comments and your concerns, your stories, and let's have a dialogue. Hope to see you next week. Stay tuned.